What if the biggest mistake spiritual seekers make is trying to understand the Hermetic Principles? What if knowing them isn't the point at all? Because the universe doesn't respond to what you know, it responds to who you are. The Hermetic Principles are not concepts, they're doorways. Your breath is the hinge. Your nervous system is the keyhole. Embodiment is the hand that turns it. So take a deep breath, because by the end of this video, you won't just know the principles, you'll become one with them. Welcome to Vortex Tribe, where we journey into the heart of consciousness, energy, and universal truths. The gap between knowing and being. Most people live in their heads, chasing ideas, collecting spiritual knowledge like trophies. But knowledge without embodiment is like inhaling without exhaling. It creates pressure, not peace. The Hermetic Masters never meant for the principles to be memorized. They were meant to be felt through the breath, the pulse, the body's rhythm. So today, we bridge the gap between philosophy and frequency. The first portal, mentalism. Knowing is mental. Becoming is embodied. Everything begins with breath. Did you know that your body reacts to imagination the same as reality? The nervous system can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. Mentalism says, the all is mind, the universe is mental, which means everything begins in the mind first. Everything you see around you first began with a thought in someone's mind before it was able to be created into the physical reality. Let that sink in. Thoughts become things. But here's the part most people miss. Your breath is the only part of your autonomic nervous system you can consciously control. And when you change your breath, you change your state. If your thoughts are spiraling toward what could go wrong, or all the things you are not happy with in your life, your nervous system interprets that as danger. Your body contracts, your heart rate increases, your mind starts racing. This is where embodiment begins. Use your breath as the bridge. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale through your mouth for 6. As you exhale longer than you inhale, your nervous system shifts from survival into safety. Now you're able to redirect your thoughts. Instead of, what if it goes wrong? You can choose, what if everything is working out better than I imagined? And as you breathe that thought in, imagine it landing in your cells, like your whole body is receiving the message. This is how breath turns thought into embodiment, from mind to into body to into frequency. But this is not a one-time practice. It is a consistent daily prayer. And the more consistently you do it, the more your body learns. Repetition trains the nervous system, and soon what was once a conscious effort becomes automatic. Your thoughts and breath don't have to force the state anymore. Your body remembers it for you. The second portal, correspondence. Knowing is mental. Becoming is embodied. Mentalism shapes the thought. Correspondence shapes the reality. The Hermetic principle of correspondence says, as within, so without. As above, so below. Meaning, your inner state becomes the blueprint for your outer results. Your nervous system is constantly broadcasting a signal, not from your words, not from your vision board, but from your felt state. If inside you feel rushed, unsafe, or unworthy, life reflects that back as chaos, delay, or resistance. But when the inner environment shifts into safety, coherence, and openness, your external world begins to reorganize itself to match. This is where embodiment becomes alchemy. Pause here. Place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Take a slow breath in and ask yourself, what energy am I creating from right now? Not, what am I thinking, or what affirmation am I saying, but what am I feeling? Because your state is the frequency, and reality responds to frequency. If your inner world is scattered, your outer world reflects scattered results. But if your inner world feels grounded, your outer world begins to open. Correspondence is not about controlling what happens around you. It's about tending to what happens within you. Replace force with alignment. Replace effort with coherence. You don't chase a different reality. You become the person who attracts it. And life mirrors the shift. The third portal, vibration. Knowing is mental. Becoming is embodied. The Hermetic Principle of vibration says, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This isn't philosophy, it's physics and somatics. Every emotion has a frequency. Every thought has a frequency. Every cell in your body vibrates in response to the state you are in. Here's the part most people don't realize. Your vibration isn't set by what you think. It's set by what your nervous system believes is safe to feel. If the nervous system doesn't feel safe, it constricts. When it constricts, emotion becomes static. And when emotion becomes static, the vibration drops. Not because you're low vibe, but because your body is trying to protect you. So embodiment isn't about manufacturing a high vibration. It's about creating safety so your natural vibration can rise. Practice presence, not positivity. Whenever you have a shift in your mood and are off your usual baseline, close your eyes, scan your body. Where is there sensation? Maybe a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or a subtle pressure in your throat. Instead of trying to fix it, just acknowledge it. Sensation is energy in motion. Place your palm on that area. Breathe directly into it. On the inhale, tell yourself, I'm listening. On the exhale, say, it's safe to move. Don't try to change the sensation. Just stay with it, because vibration isn't raised by force. It rises when resistance dissolves. This is what transmutes heavy energy without bypassing the experience. Here is the thing. High vibration isn't a mood. High vibration is a regulated nervous system. Once your body feels safe to feel, emotion moves again. When emotion moves, frequency rises. When frequency rises, reality rearranges. Not because you forced a higher thought, but because you made space for your body to truly feel, exhale, and not suppress. That's vibration, embodied. The fourth portal, polarity. Knowing is mental. Becoming is embodied. The Hermetic Principle of polarity says, everything is dual. Everything has poles. Not to split the world into good versus bad, but to reveal a truth most people never see. Opposites are not separate. They are the same thing at different levels of expression. Every emotion you experience exists on a continuum. What we call stuck is simply being at one end of the scale. Doubt isn't the absence of confidence. It's confidence that hasn't been claimed yet. Overwhelm isn't the opposite of clarity. It's clarity trying to break through noise. Emotional shutdown isn't the absence of feeling. It's feeling that hasn't been safely expressed. You are never trapped in one emotional state. You are simply standing on one point along a sliding scale. And here is where embodiment changes everything. You don't have to jump from fear to love. You only need to shift 1 degree. Most people try to escape their unwanted feeling. I shouldn't be anxious. I should feel better. I need to get rid of this. But suppression doesn't change the pole. It locks you into it. Emotion is energy. Energy needs movement. Think of an emotion right now that feels heavy. Not the story, but the sensation. Where is it in your body? Is it heat in your chest? Pressure in your throat? Heaviness in your gut? Locate it. Now ask these two simple questions, quietly, internally. What is the other end of this emotion? How can I shift just 1 degree towards the other end? You see, every emotion has a polarity. You are not trying to replace the feeling. You are simply revealing the hidden intelligence inside it and consciously connecting with that intelligence to shift it 1 degree on the spectrum. You don't force the shift or suppress it. You allow the intelligence to guide you by bringing your awareness to it. This is the alchemy of polarity. Feel the sensation. Witness the message. Shift 1 degree toward the other pole. Not 0 to 100, just 0 to 1. Transformation more frequently happens in micro shifts, not always quantum leaps. The somatic truth is, when you stop resisting one pole, your body stops bracing for impact. Muscles soften, your jaw releases, your breath drops back down into the belly. That's your body saying, we're safe enough to move now. And the moment safety enters the system, the emotional charge begins to unwind, not because you forced a higher thought or state, but because you let the energy move. Polarity isn't about controlling emotion. It's about understanding that emotion is movement. When you let yourself feel without gripping, you shift poles. Polarity isn't positive thinking, it's emotional freedom. The fifth portal, rhythm. Knowing is mental, becoming is embodied. The Hermetic Principle of rhythm says, everything flows out and in. Everything has tides. Nature pulses. The ocean doesn't apologize for waves. The moon doesn't panic when it becomes invisible for 2 to 3 nights. Your breath expands and contracts. Everything in existence moves in cycles, and so do you. Modern culture teaches you to chase constant up, constant growth, constant motivation, constant output. But rhythm reveals a deeper truth. Expansion requires contraction. Energy builds, energy releases, energy restores. This is not failure, it is nature. Think of the last time you felt in momentum. Ideas flowing, synchronicities happening, everything unfolding with ease. And then suddenly, it slowed. Most people interpret that slowing as, I'm losing it. I messed up the manifestation. I need to push harder. But rhythm says, no. This is the inhale before your next exhale of creation. Just like breath, your life has a natural cadence. When you honor it, you flow. When you resist it, you exhaust yourself. Pause here. Ask your body, am I in a season of expansion or a season of integrating what I already asked for? Because manifestation isn't just calling things in. It's also becoming the person who can hold what arrives. Integration is not stagnation. Rest is not regression. Stillness is not the absence of progress. Stillness is progress without movement. Here is your embodiment practice. When life slows down, instead of chasing the momentum you used to feel, match the rhythm you are in. If you feel low energy, soften. If inspiration is high, create. If clarity is absent, listen. If emotion rises, breathe. Let your nervous system ride the wave instead of fighting it. Because the moment you stop resisting the contraction, the next expansion begins. Rhythm isn't about hustling your way into alignment. It's about trusting that your timing and the universe's timing are the same intelligence. Your seasons are sacred. And when you learn to honor the natural ebb, instead of fearing it. Life stops feeling like a battle. It becomes a dance. The sixth portal, cause and effect. Knowing is mental. Becoming is embodied. The Hermetic principle of cause and effect says, every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Nothing is random. Not the patterns, not the results, not the opportunities you receive, or the ones you delay. We are trained to believe life happens to us, but cause and effect reveals a deeper truth. Life happens through us and responds to us. Your state is a cause. Your choices are a cause. Your actions are a cause. And your life reflects them back as the effect. Here's what most people miss. You can feel aligned on the inside, but if your actions contradict your intention, you still generate the opposite effect. You can't meditate on abundance and then avoid checking your cash flow. You can't affirm worthiness, but keep saying yes to things that drain you. You can't visualize a new reality while behaving like the old version of you. Your nervous system influences your behavior, and your behavior reinforces your identity. This is where embodiment becomes power. Change the state to change the action. Change the action to change the trajectory. Pause regularly. Place your hand on your chest and ask, does this micro-action prove who I say I am becoming? Cause and effect doesn't require a massive leap. It requires continuous conscious causes. Examples of embodiment causes: sending the application when you really want that job, saying no when you mean no, going for the walk instead of doom scrolling, being present with the people in your life, following through on the thing you said you'd do. Every action teaches your nervous system. I am a person who leads my life. This is not manifestation through wishing. This is manifestation through alignment and proof. You become the cause. Reality becomes the effect. Not because you tried harder, but because your actions and your internal state finally match. When you show the universe who you are through action and embodiment, the universe shows you what is possible through outcome. The seventh portal, gender. Knowing is mental. Becoming is embodied. The Hermetic principle of gender states, gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This is not about biological sex or identity. This is the architecture of creation. Inside you, two forces are always interacting. The masculine, direction, structure, action, decision. The feminine, intuition, receptivity, sensation, possibility. Think of them as two inner archetypes. The masculine is the king. I create direction. The feminine is the oracle. I create meaning. The feminine receives the vision. The masculine gives it a container. Without the feminine, there is no inspiration. Without the masculine, there is no manifestation. Most people are imbalanced. Too much masculine productivity without fulfillment. Too much feminine vision without embodiment. The missing key is not more discipline or more flow. It's union. The moment these two parts of you stop competing and start collaborating. A regular embodiment practice is to close your eyes. Place your hand on your heart when connecting to your feminine energy, and a hand on your lower belly when connecting to your masculine energy. Ask your feminine, what is the truest desire of my heart? Feel it. Do not think it. Write down what comes up for you. Now, ask your masculine, what is one action that proves this desire matters today? You do not need the whole plan, just the next step. The feminine chooses the direction. The masculine builds the path. When they unite, something profound happens. Resistance disappears. Procrastination dissolves. Your energy stops leaking into doubt. You stop chasing your vision and start receiving it. Because creation doesn't happen from force. Creation happens from union. The secret people do not hear frequently enough in spirituality. The feminine opens the portal. The masculine walks through it. Intuition without action is fantasy. Action without intuition is force. But when they work together, desire becomes direction. Direction becomes embodiment. Embodiment becomes manifestation. This is gender, lived, not learned. Because you don't manifest from wishing. You manifest from union. Closing. Pause right now. Feel the weight of your body on the chair. You are here. This moment is real. You are not watching embodiment. You are in it. You are not learning the principles. You are the principle. Remember, truth isn't something you watch. It's something you become. Every breath is a new creation. Every heartbeat, a new universe forming. You are the principle in motion. And when mind, body, and heart move as one, this is coherence. And the hidden key finally turns. You don't manifest with thought. You manifest with nervous system coherence. You are not here to study the universe. You are here to remember you are the universe. Be the breath. Be the frequency. Be the cause. Be the union. Subscribe for more educational content that helps to raise our collective consciousness. Until next time.